Hey guys, my name's Ami and I'm subbing this week and next week for JT. He's on vacation. So I want to just do a little quick spiel about myself before I talk about the topic, so you get to know me a little bit. I identify as genderqueer. I identify as F to M. In the past, to me, that has meant female towards male, but it's starting to mean female to male. I'm considering going on T. I'm feeling more than I've ever felt before, like it's something I want to do. My wife is finally on board with it, and that's huge. It's like I have the green light, and now that I have the green light, I'm like totally like screeching to a halt and full of doubts and fears and everything. And I'm fairly certain that going on T is what I want to do. So I'm starting to play out in my head, like coming out to people, my family, friends, and everything. I'm post-op, top surgery and hysterectomy. I did keep my ovaries. I kept my ovaries because at the time, like I was really certain that I did not want to go on T, and so I, wanted my ovaries for normal hormone production. But I'm actually glad I kept them because, if I go on T, only time will tell if it's something I want to do forever. So if it's not something I want to do forever, I can stop and still have, my ovaries to produce hormones. So that's sort of me and my transgender queerness in a nutshell. So the topic this week is gender and ability, and like considerations for differently abled people. Do differently abled people, are they impacted by, to transition or not to transition by their ability? I am going to talk about this from like first person account, and pretty specific. So this isn't going to be like a vague or general approach to the topic. When you see me glance up, I'm looking at the time on my cable box. So I am bipolar. So I am differently abled in a mental capacity rather than physical. I have been bipolar my whole life. I wasn't diagnosed until 2000, and that's when I started taking medications. It's been a roller coaster, 10 years basically, coming up on 10 years. I've been on like 40 medications. I've attempted suicide. I've been hospitalized, and I've had some good times too. It hasn't been all bad. So for me, the way I want to talk about it is like how therapy is a necessary and like fundamental part of transition. You have to go to therapy. I mean, this not always. There are exceptions, but in general, you have to go to therapy to get diagnosed with gender identity disorder. People go for anywhere from 2 sessions to sometimes 10 or 20. You have to go to therapy to get your T letter. You have to go to therapy to get your surgery letter. It's a mandatory. There's the word. Oh, is that still the word? But you get my drift. So, you know, I have a therapist. I have a therapist and I have a psychiatrist. I have a psychiatrist because I'm on medications and I'm bipolar and, like, you know, med management, that whole thing. I don't use my psychiatrist in a therapeutic way. She knows that I'm trans, and I think is cool with it. We haven't really talked that much about it. I just moved to Cincinnati, so hey, if anyone's from Cincinnati or from the area, send me a personal message. So I've only seen her a few times, and you know, I have a therapist. I moved here from Los Angeles, so I'm still using my LA therapist. We do phone sessions. I think eventually we're gonna do Skype. We just haven't gotten around to figuring out how to do it, and it's not hard, but so, you know, I just got a new job and I got new insurance, and it's out of control. The deductible for in-network is $2,500, and the deductible for out-of-network is $7,500. Both my psychiatrist and my therapist, which is often the case because the majority of mental health professionals do not accept insurance, they're both out of network. So I'm going to have to pay up until I reach $7,500. I don't know if that's possible or not in a year. I don't know how often, if I go that much. I'm not good at math. But anyway, I'm going to have to pay out of pocket and not get any reimbursement from my insurance until I hit $7,500. And that's fucking ridiculous. I mean, this, you know, healthcare system being in shambles aside, therapy is not affordable. You know, mental health parity became a federal law a year ago, and only though for organizations with 51 or plus employees. So my organization only has like 11 or 12, so it doesn't apply to us, and I get screwed. You know, I go to therapy because I'm bipolar. I go to therapy because therapy is useful. I'm trying to learn self-care right now, and you know, I'm trying to learn about myself. Therapy has been useful in coming out as being transgender queer, and dealing with my family and with surgery, and now that I'm considering T, it's going to be very important because I'm going to want to talk this out